have lived, governed, and cared for this land. Their presence and sovereignty did not end with colonization. New Mexico remains home to 23 sovereign tribal nations, including 19 pueblos, the Navajo Nation, and 3 Apache nations. Many indigenous people from across the continent also live in Albuquerque today. As guests on this land, we recognize this history and the ongoing relationship between indigenous communities and this place. We offer this acknowledgement in respect for the people who have stewarded this land for generations and who continue to do so today. Land acknowledgements are a starting point. We encourage visitors to learn about the indigenous nations of New Mexico and support indigenous communities when traveling here. Ways to learn and support in Albuquerque. Indian Pueblo Cultural Center, home to a museum and artisan store of contemporary native artists, and an Indian Pueblo kitchen serving dishes inspired by historical Pueblo traditions and recipes. Avenue Plaza, shopping and dining area owned by 19 Pueblos, including Laguna Burger and their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, a unionized Starbucks, and Mama's Minerals. Bow and Arrow Brewing, local brewery owned by 2 queer indigenous women, initiator of the nationwide Native Land Beer Series, a source of a t-shirt on Letterkenny, 2 times James Beard semifinalist. Ways to learn and support in Santa Fe. Institute of American Indian Arts, specifically at their Museum of Contemporary Native Arts. Elsewhere, when visiting a tribal nation's lands or cultural spaces, remember these are living communities, not historical sites.
Do you want to take one of the teams and I'll take one of the teams?
Mm-hmm. Do you have a preference? I know Elevated's your team. Do you want me to take that one?
We need a list of officials.
Oh, here, baby.
Let's do the officials first real quick. You have the officials for this game?
Oh, fuck off.
I don't know if that's I don't know what
Yeah. That's the update.
All right, we would like to thank our officials, head ref and inside pack ref Sirius Hertz, inside pack ref Effin, jam ref Rough Draft, jam ref Smoky Terror, outside pack ref Higgs Bosom, outside pack ref Scary Reed, outside pack ref Thunder, Alt SO Boba Threat, HNSO Kiss Off, Jam Timer Fizzy. We also have QED, Kiss Off, Wamdolph, Valkyrie, Rekka, The Jinja Ninja, Flor de Lethal, Gordy, and I'm Jendi Nooch.
And I'm Pusha T.
Amanda Jamadin.
All right, I'm here to announce our elevated roster. To start, we have number 10, Bamf. Number 1101, Misfortune. Number 1312, Southern Hell. Number 1313, Horticia Madams. Number 15, Harley Darlin. Number 187, Doom De Doom. Number 212, Latza Balls. Number 248, oops, just gonna scooch past you there. Number 321, Rocket. Number 329, Triple Axel Rose. Number 34, Fighting Girlfriend. Number 404, Mamma Mia. Number 45, Nikki Six Shooter. Number 484, Gemini. Number 505, Swearin' Mary. Number 75, AC Slay Her. Number 80, Meep Meep. Number 9, Kel's Inferno. Number 909, Tsunami. And number 999, Amanda Jamadinya.
And on the roster for the FoCo Roller Derby Micro Bruisers, 010 Sid Vicious, 12 Uncut Jams, 15 MDK Demolition, 1870 Popper, 20 Dead Zeppelin, 211 Mama Crass, 28 Electric Mayhem, 29 Gonzo, 514 Parks and Rec, 555 Spilly Idol. 626 Peter Panic. 707 Bowser. 77 Tiffy Twister. 770 Georgia St. Pierre. 80 Breezy. 96 Jacqueline Hyde. 985 Ace Hard Scare. And 999 Fireball.
Well, I'll say I am very excited for this game. We've got two A-team sanctioned teams. This one's going to be tough.
Yes, this should be a very good game. I hope it's a lot like that last game.
All right, and with the whistle, our teams take to the track. Looks like Elevated is sending out Fighting Girlfriend to jam this first jam.
And for the Micro Bruisers, Billy Idol is jamming.
All right, and Fighting Girlfriend's off. They found a hole right on the fourth lane, and they are our lead jammer.
And Spilly Idol makes it out for the initial. Hot on Girlfriend's heels.
Pack's running a bit, but Fighting Girlfriend squeaks out a few points and calls the jam.
And it looks like that jam got called off before FoCo could make any points.
All right, my number twin, number 10, Banff, is jamming for Elevated now.
And for FoCo, we've got Electric Mayhem on the jammer line.
Ooh, a
big
hit.
hit.
Jinx.
That's Popper.
Looks like FoCo and Elevated have one in the box, so even on the track. And both jammers are out, coming back around for some points.
The pack running away from these jammers.
Banff tried for the shirt whip, but got knocked out and called the jam. That's a 0-0 jam, very intense.
On the jammer line for FoCo, we've got Fireball.
And Elevated has sent out number 80, Meet Me. Both teams have one in the box. Let's see how they fare 3-on-3.
And both walls are not making this easy for either jammer.
Nope, those are brick walls.
We haven't even passed the pivot line yet. Okay, and Fireball gets through, picking up that lead jammer status for FoCo.
And Elevated jammer is sent to the box. This is going to be a power jam for FoCo.
Elevated not making it an easy power jam.
Fireball is through for 4 points. All right, our teams are walling back up, gearing up, getting ready to work some defense.
Oh, and some beautiful strategy. Getting Fireball through for another 4 points for FoCo.
Elevated jammer is back on the track, coming around, trying to see if they can make up.
Man, these packs are real strong today. Not a lot of movement when the jammers are there.
Looks like that was a 10-point jam for FoCo, bringing the score 10 FoCo and 1 Elevated.
We've got MDK Demolition on the jammer line for FoCo.
Lots of balls is jamming for elevated. They're working and trying to find somewhere to wiggle through, but that FoCo wall is looking formidable.
MDK Demolition pushing on that wall, but that wall is not going anywhere.
Nope, it looks like Doom and number 1-5 are locking it down.
FoCo is also doing a fantastic job of keeping the elevator jammer back.
Looks like FoCo just lost one blocker. They're now sitting in the penalty box, but they're still holding their weight and keeping lots of balls at bay.
We're almost 1 minute into this jam and still haven't passed the pivot line.
No lead jammer yet. These guys are working very hard, though. Another penalty for FoCo. They got 2 in the box. Oh, and they've been granted their 1 blocker back, so they're back to 3 blockers. And lots of balls makes their way out. We have our lead jammer.
FoCo trying to assist MDK out, but elevated wall is now recycling MDK back.
Lots of balls has made their way back to the pack. Ooh, a little push out on the outside lane, but they're back in. And another penalty for FoCo.
And a successful star pass for FoCo. Now out on the initial pass is 626 Peter Panic.
Lots of balls managed to tiptoe their way on the outside line, and they called the jam before FoCo could grab any points out of that one.
Lots of balls
Incredible
picks up
effort.
4 points. On the jammer line, we've got 1870 Popper.
And we've got Elevated Jammer fighting Girlfriend there as well. And there is a gnarly glare on the track. I wonder how these blockers are going to do with that.
Hopefully they brought their sunglasses. And FoCo picks up lead jammer.
An Elevated Jammer fighting Girlfriend is right on their heels. They're slipping and sliding, trying to make up some ground.
And this pack is matching the speed of the jammers.
Oh, they are running away.
Hate to be that jammer. We went from not moving, and now we're moving just a whole bunch.
Yeah, we're just keeping it fresh, keeping it changing up. Woo. And after a big old race, the jam is called. Girlfriend with 2 points. And they're stoked on their 2 points.
And FoCo picks up 4 points there, bringing our score to elevated to 7, 14 for FoCo.
We've got Banff jamming again for Elevated.
And Spilly Idols on the jammer line for FoCo.
Ooh, and Gemini trying to power train Banff through. Oh, and it is a power jam for FoCo as Banff goes to the penalty box.
I think this is FoCo's second power jam in this game.
Let's see what Spilly Idol can do in 30 seconds.
Spilly Idol coming around for some more points.
Ooh, and Gemini with a save. Number 15 right there with them, but they've extended the pack too far, and Billy Idol is out.
And Spilly Idol comes out with another 4 points, making it 8 points for that power jam.
Banff is backing at it with some big impacts against that wall, but they're back up and they're moving and they're grooving. And they're through.
Spilly Idol Spilly Idol makes it out, calls off that jam, picking up 4 points.
No points for Elevated that round. That was a very strategic call.
On the jammer line for FoCo, we've got Electric Mayhem.
Meep is on our lowrider jammer line once again.
Amanda Jamadinha's helmet looks real pretty right now.
Just glistening in that sunlight.
I'm mesmerized.
Perhaps it's part of a strategy, a hypnosis strategy.
Electric Mayhem at the back of the pack, pushing and pushing. And FoCo coming up with some assist, and FoCo picks up lead jammer.
And this is a power jam elevated jammer sitting in the box.
This is the third power jam for FoCo.
They're on a roll. Elevated's working hard and keeping it tight, and there they go. They're out.
And another 4 points for Electric Mayhem and FoCo.
Meep is out again. Ooh, a little jammer on jammer. Oh. Unfortunately, another penalty for Meep. Ooh-wee. All right.
And Electric Mayhem makes it. Oh, Swear and Marie. Oh. Electric Mayhem makes it out. Swear and Marie comes and brings Electric Mayhem out, but Swear and Marie gets a penalty, so Electric Mayhem hops right back on the track for another scoring pass.
Electric Mayhem is approaching the pack again. Ooh, another awesome offensive assist from Bowser. And Meep is back as well.
Amanda Jamadinha is like magnetized to Electric Mayhem right now.
Elevated is locking it down, trying to keep Electric Mayhem at bay.
These walls are wild. That's 4 points for FoCo.
Incredible teamwork on both teams.
Our score now is Elevated 7, FoCo 34.
And we've got number 1101 Misfortuna for their first jam of this game.
And Fireball is on the jammer line for FoCo. Fireball makes it right out of that pack, picking up lead jammer.
Elevated is back at full force with all of their blockers back on the track.
And it looks like we had a successful star pass for Elevated. Kel's Inferno wearing the star now, coming around for a scoring pass. That was a hard hit, but oh, no point for that, unfortunately. 3 points for FoCo. We got MDK Demolition on the jammer line again.
Fighting Girlfriend is on our lowrider jammer line as well. Oh, and that's a penalty for Elevated. Down to 3 blockers, but they're making it work.
Fighting Girlfriend is all over this track trying to get past these FoCo blockers. Amanda Jamadinha providing some offense.
Oh, and FoCo just pushed them on the outside edge, knocking them out, recycling them back. Girlfriend's approaching again.
And we are still waiting for a lead jammer position to be called.
Doom is back on the track, bringing Elevated to their full force once again.
These walls are sturdy.
Talk about tough. And Girlfriend gets out. We have our lead jammer. Doing a little crowd work.
MDK recycled to the back of the pack, still trying to work on that initial pass, and that is a successful star pass for FoCo. Number 80, Breezy, now wearing the star for FoCo, trying to come through and make some points.
Girlfriend calls it before Breezy can breeze into any points.
That's 0 points for FoCo.
And
1 point for Elevated. That's a timeout for Elevated.
Our score as it stands, Elevated has 8 points and FoCo has 37. Looking for a financial partner you can trust? Rio Grande Credit Union offers checking, savings, auto loans, mortgages, and credit cards, all with local service you can count on. Visit in Albuquerque or Rio Rancho, or learn more at rgcu.org. Rio Grande Credit Union. Grow with us.
Shout out to Blake's Lotta Burger for the breakfast burritos. Nothing says New Mexico tournament morning like showing up tired and being saved by Blake's. Blake's has an excellent breakfast burrito also.
Definitely one of my favorite in town. Looks like we got Banff back on the jammer line.
Yes, we're back to Derby, and we've got a new jammer out for FoCo 707, Bowser.
Ooh, and Bam finds a hole on the fourth lane and cruises right through.
And Bowser following right behind. Looks like Bowser took a little shirt whip from a teammate.
Oh my goodness, a little skip-de-doo on the apex and calls it before Bowser can capitalize on any points.
We got Spilly Idol on the jammer line again for FoCo.
And it looks like Meep Meep is back at it.
Spilly Idol hopping all over the track.
Saw Meep Meep working on a little defense before committing to pushing through this wall. And that pack is looking tight.
Spilly Idol steps back, gets brought back a little bit. We've got some bridging from FoCo.
That pack is trying to stretch out, but FoCo is not letting it.
And Meep is pushing and pushing. And the FoCo blockers get called back for the pack.
Meep Meep has declared our lead jammer. A hard effort, and they're approaching the pack again.
And that looks like a star pass for FoCo. Number 80 is now FoCo's jammer, Breezy.
Meep Meep with some incredible line work, but that FoCo wall meets them right as they get out.
And Breezy almost made it out of that pack and then got recycled back to the back.
Meep Meep trying to push that pack, doing a little backwards wiggle, and there is no pack. They're free to go. That's 4 for Elevated. Harley Darlin with a nice hit to the outside line.
Yes, just as Breezy got out again.
Oh, and Meep stretches the pack once again. They're out for another 4.
Oh, big hit from Harley Darlin as Breezy tries to make it through.
Woo! That one was fun. 8 points for Elevated. A great jam.
0 points for FoCo.
Our score as it stands, Elevated with 18 points, FoCo with 37 points.
And we've got Electric Mayhem on the jammer line for FoCo.
And lots of balls.
We're just about halfway through the first half, and Elevated is creeping up on FoCo.
Ooh, lots of balls. Almost makes it out, but Poffer brings him right back to the back of the pack.
Popper bringing lots of back again.
Really making it hard to work those lines. Oh, and Elevated has their own recycle. Electric Mayhem is brought to the back as well.
And we're still waiting for Jammer to break out and catch that lead Jammer status.
Electric Mayhem is pushing. And lots of balls is pushing. They've got a little offensive assist from their teammate.
Looks like a penalty for the Elevated pivot. Electric Mayhem still pushing. Lots of balls still pushing.
Look at the power.
We've got like 30 seconds left in this jam's natural life. I'm wondering if we're going to get any lead jammer this jam.
Just really shows you how strong these teams are with these defensive walls.
All right, FoCo picks up that lead.
Elevated gets their pivot back.
Electric
Another
Mayhem
recycle.
coming back for a scoring pass. And that is the natural conclusion of this jam. Got 2 points for FoCo. I think that is a 0-point jam for Elevated. Got Fireball on the jammer line for FoCo.
And a fist bump from Fighting Girlfriend. With FoCo has 1 in the box, they're working with 3 at the start.
Elevated also has a 1 in the box.
And that's a forearm penalty for Bowser, so they're down to 2 for now.
Fireball still working at the back of the pack.
Ooh, but they are in a power jam as Elevated's jammer goes to the box. FoCo getting 1 more blocker back.
And Fireball makes it out. Oh, and that is a penalty for the FoCo jammer.
All right.
When that FoCo jammer goes into the box, Elevated's jammer comes out, and FoCo sits as long as Elevated's jammer did also.
FoCo has their 4th blocker back, bringing them to full strength as they try to keep Elevated jammer from scoring points until their jammer can get back on the track. And Bowser throwing some huge hits.
Elevated holding Gonzo back from the rest of their wall.
Both jammers are back on the track. And both walls are dialed in.
And Fireball makes it out on the initial pass.
Gemini giving the offensive assist. And Girlfriend's able to capitalize, and they're through on their initial.
And Fireball slips through, picking up 4 points.
Got a running pack again. Girlfriend tracks it down. And they're knocked out of bounds. They come back in. But it is a track cut. Looks like Elevated got 2 points out of that jam. FoCo with 5.
And our next jam has started. We've got 1-5, that's MDK Demolition jamming for FoCo.
Elevated jammers in the box. So FoCo's doing what they can in the 30 seconds until they're back on the track.
So this is a power start. MDK makes it out, coming around on the first scoring pass.
Elevated is covering the track.
And so I guess Elevated's jammer is in the box because right before the jam was called, there was a track cut.
But Girlfriend
MDK
is
makes
back.
it out with 4 points.
Ooh, Girlfriend's got through on their initial. Ooh.
A heavy hit from Jacqueline and Hyde before Girlfriend comes out, and that's the end of the jam. 1 point for FoCo.
MDK with some gorgeous line work over there.
Jamming for FoCo, we've got 1870 Popper.
And number 10, Banff.
And Popper makes it out of the pack, catching that lead jammer. Banff right behind. And Popper decides to call off that jam. Very strategic jam call off. Our score right now is Elevated 20, FoCo 49. Got about a little over 5 minutes left in this half.
And it looks like Banff wants another try at this, see if they're going to score some points this jam.
Got Spilly Idol on the jammer line for FoCo.
Banff finds a hole on the fourth. They tiptoe their way through, and they are our lead jammer.
And Spilly Idol trying to make it out. Harley Darlin not making it easy. And Spilly Idol gets out on that initial pass, coming around for the first scoring pass.
Both working hard in the second turn. Elevated's defense is just going nuts.
They're really making Spilly Idol work for this. And that is the end of the jam. And looks like 1 point for FoCo, 2 for FoCo, and 4 for Elevated.
And it looks like FoCo has 1 in the box, so they will be starting the next jam with 3 blockers.
Electric Mayhem is back on the jammer line for FoCo.
Looks like Misfortune is jamming this jam for Elevated. Three blockers for FoCo, but they are keeping it tight and keeping it locked down for now.
A little assist from Horticia Madams.
This elevated tripod is not giving any wiggle room for Electric Mayhem.
Both jammers working hard. A little bit of an assist from FoCo. That's Jacqueline Hyde coming in. And Spilly Idol gets recycled.
Fortune is still working on that tripod at the front of the pack, seeing if they can maybe stretch this out enough. But boy, nobody's budging.
I believe we're still waiting for a lead jammer to be called.
That's right, everybody's working hard. And I can see Misfortune slowly but surely pushing that pack. Look at the power. Here they go. It seems like they've got their second win, and they said, nah, I'll just stretch this pack and get out myself.
And that is a penalty for Swearin Marie.
The crowd is rooting on Misfortune, and I think that's what gave her the extra power. She is out as our lead jammer.
That must feel nice. We've got a successful star pass for FoCo. Holding the
Everybody's out.
start now is 80. That's breezy.
And with 1 second left, Fortune calls it. And they did squeak out 1 point. What a hard-fought 2 minutes.
And that's 0 points for FoCo. Our score now is elevated 25, FoCo 51. We got just under 2 minutes in this half.
Looks like Lots of Balls is on the lowrider jammer line, jamming for elevated.
And Fireball is on the jammer line as well. So looks like we're going to have a pivot line start for our walls.
Both jammers race to the pivot line. And once again, these walls are just crazy.
I am glad I'm not jamming against these walls.
Same. We've got a lot of glistening helmets in the sunshine on the first turn of the track. They've moved past. We're still waiting for a lead jammer, but everybody's working incredibly hard.
And this is a tight pack.
Elevated recycles Fireball. They're back in. And Elevated's wall is locked down. Looks like we've got a track cut for Elevated. That means 1 to the box. And it was their jammer.
And that is a power jam for FoCo. Fireball makes it out on the initial jam, coming around to get some of those points. An assist to end. Oh.
Yeah, Poffer tried with that
Recycled.
offense, but wasn't enough. They still got knocked out on the outside line. Recycled all the way back. Ooh. I saw
Fireball
that
tries
tiny
to
apex.
sneak on the inside line. Hard hit from Swear and Marie.
Lots of Balls is back on the track, coming around. 10 seconds left in this jam. Oh, and Lots of Balls squeaks through on the 4th lane.
And Fireball also makes it through, picking up 4 points before the end of that jam.
And Hot Dog, what an incredible first half.
Where our score at intermission is elevated 25, FoCo 51. I thought this was going to be an excellent game, and it is an excellent game.
Oh, I'm amazed at these athletes. Their stamina, their strength, the strategy.
All right, we'll see you in about 15 minutes. So we're waiting to get back to Derby. Elevated 25, FoCo 55. We got about less than 30 seconds left in our intermission.
Quick reminder, this game's jam line is brought to you by the Lowrider Line, proudly powered by Shelby and Delia, two Dutch hounds providing that big support. Comes in small packages. We're grateful for their support of Rumble on the Rio. Girlfriend is kicking off the second half for Elevated by jamming. And it looks like Spilly Idol is jamming for FoCo. Classic combo. And with the whistle, we know that the Derby is time to kick off again.
And we got 555 Spilly Idol on the jammer line for FoCo.
Ooh, some fancy footwork by Girlfriend. Through on the fourth lane. We've got a lead jammer. Spilly is right on their heels.
And this pack has suddenly woken up. It's like they found all of that Red Bull in the back. Both jammers down.
Looks like a forearm penalty from FoCo's Breezy.
That's 4 points for FoCo.
Girlfriend getting recycled back, calling it off before any more points can get.
That was a big recycle.
It really was.
Second jam of this half, we've got Electric Mayhem.
And number 10, Bamf.
Bamf's makeup is amazing. I don't know if you can see it online, but it looks really cool.
It's giving Lisa Frank meets Spooky.
Yes. Lisa Frankenstein.
Excellent. All right, they're both out and about. Popper bringing Bamf back. Oh, some jukiness. Oh, but out on the inside.
Electric Mayhem still pushing on this elevated wall.
Oh, and we've got a loose shoelace.
Popper trying to come in with the assist, but this wall is going nowhere.
Bamf tying their shoes so good. They're back on the track, and they're fighting again. Oh, fancy footwork on the fourth lane. Fighting again before FoCo can wall up. Oh, and they find that hole and they take it. Elevated is out. We've got our lead jammer, Bamf, coming around the fourth corner, trying to see if they can score some points.
And there is a successful star pass for FoCo. FoCo's jammer now on the initial pass is Breezy.
Bamf calls it off before Breezy can get any points.
That's 2 points for Elevated. I believe no points for FoCo.
That's right. It got called off just in time.
On the jammer line, we got 999 Fireball.
And number 80, Meep Meep.
We got an official timeout.
During this timeout, I'd like to shout out Nulo Pet Food, where nutrition meets love. Our high meat, low carb, low glycemic, gut healthy recipes unleash your cat's or dog's inner athlete so they can be the power champion we see on the rink today. Pop over and see Nulo for samples and where to get your Nulo. They'll be back tomorrow at the top of the morning.
And I'm hearing from our officials that FoCo Star Pass was incomplete. So that is being treated now as a no initial pass. Fireball back on the line for FoCo.
Meep Meep back at it again. Hot dog on the first lane. Meep Meep is through. They're our lead jammer.
FoCo still trying to make it out of the pack on the initial.
Meep fighting against this 4-wall that FoCo has thrown at them. And they wiggle on through a little spin, and they're out again. They've got their first 4 points. A little one-on-one from Bowser, trying to slow down Meep. Oh, but they found the assist. And they're through the pack, another 4 for Meep.
And that is a successful star pass for FoCo. FoCo's jammer is now number 2-9, Gonzo.
Meep with another 4 points. I saw that sweet little dip they did. And talk about a successful jam for Elevated. I believe that's 12 big ones.
So we've got an official review now. Our score currently is Elevated 43, FoCo 59. Elevated's really gunning to make that lead score change.
Yeah, they made up a lot of ground closing that gap. A few more of those and we might see another lead change.
And tomorrow we're going to be having a mashup game. It's going to be the green chili pepper versus red chili peppers. And one of our sponsors for this mashup is the Accounting Doctor. At the Accounting Doctor, our mission is clear: to help individuals and business owners take control of their financial health, starting with taxes. I wish someone would take control of my financial health. I'm tired of being an adult.
They can do my taxes. Is that an option?
Hopefully. Can they take a control of my bank and put more money in it?
I like that idea. I want more money too.
Yeah, let's ask.
Okay, well, we'll get back to you guys, see if they're offering more money.
Also, a big thank you to some little puppies, the low rider line, named for Shelby and Dahlia, for supporting our skaters, officials, and this entire tournament community. And this is the name of 2 Dachshunds, 2 little weenie dogs, Shelby and Dahlia. They're both on the tournament shirt, and they are one of our tournament coordinators, Refe's aunt's dogs.
Well, hot dog.
Hot dog. Hot little wiener dog. And fun fact, Low Rider Line was our very first sponsor for this tournament, sponsoring on Christmas Day of 2025.
It was a Christmas blessing indeed.
Still in this official review. Also, a huge shout out to Jen and Jupe Productions for their support of Rumble on the Rio this year. Join the Firmunity at jenandjoop.com. JenandJoop.com. Jen and Jupe is pet rescue. They support local pet rescue and roller derby. They also donated a pet stroller to our first silent action that 3 skaters got into a bidding war over. Do you think roller derby skaters are better at playing roller derby or bidding wars?
I feel like they probably get more practice playing roller derby, but I feel like the skills they get from that practice makes them excellent bidding warriors.
Absolutely. Assertive.
All right, looks like the official review is over.
Do you know what the official review was?
Yeah, I'm going to give it to you in just a second. Next jam's about to kick off. We have Misfortune and
MDK Demolition on the line.
Misfortune pushing that wall right away.
And MDK breaks out, picking up that lead jammer status.
A little tippy toes on the inside line, and Fortune is on their heels.
And this pack is flying.
Keeping their points far, far away. The jam is called. That's a 0-0 jam.
Wow, thanks. On the line for FoCo is Popper.
And bam, it's back at it again. The score as it stands, Elevated with 43 points and FoCo with 59 points.
And it looks like both teams started with one blocker in the box, and both of those blockers are back on the track.
Is this Popper's first jam of the game?
I believe it is, yes, and Popper receives that lead jammer status coming around for a scoring pass.
Incredible. Banff is doing some hard work trying to bust through this tripod.
And after Hori stops Popper from making a smooth sailing through that pack, Popper does come out for 4 points.
And Banff is out as well, looking for some points. But none this jam.
And the jam ends, another 4 points for FoCo. Spilly Idol on the line for FoCo.
And we've got Fighting Girlfriend on the lowrider jammer line as well.
And our current score is Elevated 43, FoCo 67. Another pivot line start.
They're both racing up. And Girlfriend glides through the pack. They're out. They are lead.
And Spilly Idol makes it out, coming back around for that first scoring pass.
Girlfriend out with their first 4 points, coming around lane 4.
Big hit to Spilly Idol for Gemini.
FoCo with all 4 of their jammers, or with their blockers again, fighting to keep Girlfriend from scoring any more points. Gemini with a big recycle. Girlfriend and Fireball both working to bust through this pack again.
Spilly Idol out with 4 points.
And Doom with the offensive assist whips Girlfriend out and about. They got another 4.
That was a beautiful assist. Elevated closing up that gap. Now we've got a 20-point spread. Elevated 51, FoCo 71.
And another 8 points for Girlfriend.
Electric Mayhem on the line again for FoCo.
We got Meep Meep back, ready to work. They're doing a little hopping and a little skipping, a little pushing. Pushing that FoCo tripod. Ooh, and to the box for Meep Meep. This is a power jam for FoCo.
And Elevators are running away. And lead jam as Electric Mayhem makes it out of the pack on that first initial pass, coming back around to try to get those points.
Elevated back to 4 blockers. Bowser pushing through, seeing if they can make a hole for their jammer.
Some great strategy coming from FoCo. Unfortunately, Electric Mayhem still doesn't make it out for that first scoring pass.
Swearin' Marion is back to the box. But Elevated is working with their 3 blockers like a well-oiled machine. Meep Meep is pushing, trying to break through this tripod. They find a gap.
And that's a penalty for the elevated pivot.
Elevated down to 2 blockers as it stands, and 1 jammer working
And still
hard.
keeping that FoCo jammer back, even just 2 blockers.
Oh, Meat
Both-
Leaf recycled back. Oh,
Both jammers recycled, yeah.
That's right. Everybody's working hard on their defense.
Swearin' Marie brings Electric Mayhem all the way back for a big recycle.
Electric Mayhem calls it off. That's a 0. Nope. Pardon me. 4 for FoCo, 0 for Elevated. And a well-fought 4 points. Looks like Lots of Balls is back on the lowrider jammer line. Thanks, yeah, that was fun.
Got Fireball on the line for FoCo.
Gemini's getting low and keeping it slow with Southern Hell. We've got a spread out pack. They're making adjustments to make sure they're keeping it legal. And the small adjustment gave Fireball just that little that they needed to get through.
Looks like Elevated's pivot is in the box.
Balls is still working hard at the front of the pack. Nobody's budging. Looks like FoCo's trying to nudge them out, but Lots of Balls is sturdy. All that effort, and they do push them out on the outside line. A penalty for FoCo, and Lots of Balls is back at it.
Fireball comes out with 4 points, coming back around for some more. And sneaking right outside the outside line, picking up another 4 points. Looks like we've got a star pass for Elevated. Cows Inferno now wearing the star. And the pack is moving.
Fireball trying to chase down their points before Kills Inferno can get to their pack, and they do. They call it. Was it fast enough? Looks like it was. FoCo taking 12 points from that jam, shutting Elevated down. That's a 0-point jam for Elevated. Girlfriend is back. And so is MDK Demolition. The jam has started and both jammers working hard. Looks like Demolition squeaks by on the 4th lane. They're our lead jammer. Girlfriend still working hard. Both packs moving quickly. Looks like a jammer penalty for FoCo. And Girlfriend is out on their initial. Let's see what they can do in 30 seconds. Coming around lane 1, approaching the pack. Everybody's already locked in. Offensive assist on the outside lane. A little twisty-turny, and Girlfriend finds himself at the front of the pack, but FoCo's got that tripod there, not giving an inch. Girlfriend is recycled back as FoCo's jammer is back on the track. Oh, some fancy footwork, but out on the inside line, recycled back. Girlfriend takes a small spill. But they're up. Elevated loses 1 blocker, but the jam is not over. Demolition out again, 4 points for FoCo. Girlfriend finds a hole on the first lane, and they're out. 4 points for Elevated. Doom with a recycle for demolition. Ooh, and a small moment gives demolition just enough time to get a few points. Girlfriend is recycled back. I believe that's 29 Gonzo. That's right. Doing a little one-on-one blocking, trying to keep Girlfriend at bay. An incredible jam. It looks like Elevated took 8 from that jam and FoCo with 7. Our standing score, Elevated with 59 points, FoCo with 94 points. Halfway through the second half, we've got number 10 Bamf for Elevated and 707 Bowser. A little shirt whip from Bowser's teammates, and they've got lead. But Bamf is chasing them down. Those points are running away. This pack is moving, and they're moving quick. Both jammers racing to find their points. Bowser gets 2 before sliding out and calling off the jam. Pardon me, that's 4 big ones for FoCo and 1 for Elevated. "555 Spilly Idol jamming for FoCo and 1101 Misfortune. All of our blockers are on the pivot line. And our jammers are off. Looks like Spilly finds a hole on the 4th lane and they push it all the way through. They are our jam, but a successful hat pass, and Doom is our new jammer. Once again, these points are running away from these jammers, but Spilly Idol is chasing them down. They catch 4 points and shut it down for Elevated. That's another 4 for FoCo, 0 for Elevated. Our new score, Elevated with 60 points, FoCo with 102. Looks like Electric Mayhem and Latza Balls are jamming. Once again, our whole pack is getting ready on the pivot line. Elevated rolls back to meet the jammer on the jammer line. The rest of the pack follows suit. Electric Mayhem is pushing that Elevated tripod. We've got our bridge keeping it legal. Lots of balls at the back of the pack, seeing if they can bob and weave and find a hole. FoCo tripod is locked down, and Elevated tripod is locked down. The pack is getting stretched, and Elevated drops another bridge. Lots of balls knocked out on the outside lane. Number 9-6 from FoCo runs them back. Electric Mayhem pushes the pack out enough. They get their lead, and they're coming around trying to get some points. They skirt around the pack on the 4th lane, but they're met with more Elevated blockers. Number 999 putting them to work with some one-on-one blocking. Looks like we've got a star pass for Elevated. And who is that? Horticia Madams is our new jammer for Elevated. FoCo's got one in the box. Elevated just got their jammer out of the box. Everybody's working. Looks like Horticia did get out. Unfortunately, not without getting bopped out of the track. They get ran back, and a big hit from Poffer. They hit the floor, but they're back. They're not giving up. The jam is called. What an incredible effort from these athletes. FoCo ends the jam with 6 points. None for Elevated that round. Looks like Fireball takes to the lowrider jammer line, fighting Girlfriend right on their side. All right, looks like Fireball finds a hole. They glide through. Girlfriend looking for that hole on the 4th lane, but Bowser knocks him out. Looks like Barizi knocks out Girlfriend on the inside lane. They get recycled back. Girlfriend is back working on that tripod. Fireball working hard against the elevated wall. And it looks like a penalty for one of Elevated's blockers. They're down to 3, and Fireball runs away with lead jammer. Elevated tripod meeting Fireball at the back of the pack. Looks like we have a star pass. Girlfriend blocking hard now, while I believe Kel's Inferno is working hard as our jammer, trying to see if they can bust through this wall. Elevated's 4th blocker is back. And the pack is getting stretched here. We've got a bridge. We got 3 bridges trying to keep this legal. Oh, and Kel's Inferno finally pushes. The effort was well worth it. They're through. Oh, they went for an apex jump, but it was denied by FoCo. Jam is called. Looks like we've got a timeout for Team Elevated. FoCo rounded up 8 points that last jam. Elevated got that big one, bringing the new score to 61? I don't know. Could be a 1, could be a 7. I think it's a 1. Elevated 61, FoCo with 116. Quick reminder, we've got 2 of our beloved home team skaters selling their own personal art. We have Author of Pain selling their books, and we have Demolition Doll selling a variety of beautiful printmaker art. Go check them out at the top of the morning tomorrow and get something nice. We've got a score adjustment. Elevated with 62. Oh, that makes it easy. So it was a 1. Elevated 62, FoCo with 116. All right, the timeout is over, and we've got BAMF jamming for Elevated and number 15. MDK Demolition jamming for FoCo. Pack is getting stretched, and BAMF is out as our lead jammer. Demolition still putting in that work. Elevated trying to keep them at bay. Ooh, and a small spill. Let me tell you, this track is slippery. But BAMF finds a hole on the 4th lane. They're through. They've got 4 points. Demolition still working on that initial pass. Ooh, big hit from number 9-6, Jacqueline Hyde. And another recycle. Incredible jam from Elevated, getting 6 points and shutting down FoCo that jam. Bowser and Meep Beep. All right, both teams are off. Bowser bowses. I tried that verb. I don't know if it's a word. They bowsed through the pack on the inside line. They are our lead. They're coming around for points. Meep Meep still working hard. Big hit from FoCo, but they're up and they're not giving up. Bowser with a twisty twist and they're through. That's 4 points for FoCo. We've got a little elevated offense trying to get Meep Meep through. But Bowser is back in the pack looking for more points. They push, and that's another 4 for FoCo. A star pass, and Kel's Inferno is our new jammer. Bowser's back with the pack. And they call it before Kel's Inferno can get any points. We got FoCo 8 points that jam, elevated 0. New score, elevated with 68 points, FoCo with 124. We've got about 5.5 minutes left. Spilly Idol and Misfortune jamming. Ooh, and some fancy footwork. Misfortune is through the pack. Spilly is still working on that. Looked for something on the 4th lane, but didn't find it. They're recycled back. Fortune working for those 4 points. And everybody's locked down. We've got our bridges. We've got 2 crazy formidable tripods. We'll see what it's going to take from these jammers to bust through. They're both certainly pushing with all their might. Is it going to be enough? Misfortune pushes the pack just far enough to get an out-of-play call, and they're through. That's 4 for elevated. Ooh. A bit of a hit from Misfortune, but they're back up. We've got a successful panty pass for FoCo. I believe that's Breezy. Is it Breezy? It was Peter Panic. But couldn't get there fast enough for any points. Elevated called the jam. That's 7 for elevated and 0 for FoCo. Electric Mayhem and Fighting Girlfriend are back at it again. FoCo takes the jammer line, elevated. FoCo takes the pivot line, elevated on the jammer. FoCo rolls back to meet elevated, and we've begun. Girlfriend with some incredible line work, tiptoes on that 4th lane, and they're through. Electric Mayhem still working at the back of this pack, trying to see if they can budge through. Girlfriend is through again for another 4 points. Ooh-wee. Looked for a little hole on the inside lane, but didn't find it that time. However, this time they were able to hit that first lane a little swoop-de-doop, and Girlfriend is at the front of the pack fighting 2 FoCo blockers. Looks like FoCo did lose a jammer, so this is a power jam. Let's see what Girlfriend could do. All right, Girlfriend back in the pack. Ooh, Breezy trying to make a last-second save, but stretched it a bit too far. Another penalty for FoCo, but they've got their jammer back. Girlfriend's coming around for another pass. Electric Mayhem is back, trying to make up lost time. An interesting move from Girlfriend, trying to get all the way low. But FoCo is locked down. Once again, both tripods are not leaving much wiggle room for these jammers. And after 2 hard minutes, the jam is over. 15 points for Elevated. What an incredible jam. 0 for FoCo. Talk about an effort. Our new score, as it stands, Elevated with 90 points, FoCo with 124 points. There's 1 minute and 20 seconds left. What are these guys going to do next? Banff is jamming again. Fireball is jamming again. Looks like Breezy gave a little offensive assist that threw Fireball through, but not before Banff can get lead. All right, both jammers approaching the pack again, but it's moving quick. It's a chaotic mess. Fireball working the outside lane. They tiptoe through. They've got 4 big ones. Banff with a small spill, but they're back up and at it, working hard, and they scooch through for their 4. Looks like FoCo's got 1 in the block, so they're working with 3 blockers right now. Oh, and a little squeeze on Banff right there. Fireball is working. They've been shut down at the back of the pack, looking for any gap they can see. Elevated's being agile, and they're meeting Fireball where they see him. Looks like Banff is working, trying to get that last point, and they've got it. That's another... Oh, pardon me. We've got a star pass. No, we didn't. Yes? No. That's still Banff. All right. Fireball is through. They've got 4. And the jam is called. And that is the end of the game. Incredible work from FoCo. Incredible work from Elevated. We are so proud of you. Unofficial score, Elevated with 99 and FoCo with 1. Up, pardon me. Run it back. Elevated with 101, FoCo with 132. Congratulations, FoCo, on a well-fought win. Congratulated Elevated on a well-fought game. Everybody come meet these incredible athletes on the track. Give them a high five. All right, FoCo's out for their victory lap. We are the champions. And Elevated's out for their lap. Good job, you guys. We're so happy to have you here in Albuquerque. And congratulations to our home team, Elevated. They worked so hard. Incredible work from everybody. Thank you to all of our volunteers, all of our officials, all of our skaters. Thank you to everybody who showed up and celebrated Derby with us today. That is the end of day 1 Rumble on the Rio. Boy, it was a doozy. But we'll be back at it again tomorrow at the top of the morning with 5 new games, including our mashup, red versus green. That one's going to be nuts. All right, my loves, that's it for us. We're saying good night. Everybody get some rest. We'll see you all tomorrow.